Add to stream. Oh, there we go. Okay. So guys, I'm going to apologize. I'm trying to learn this as I go while we, hang out or whatever and talk tonight. Let me disconnect my headphones here and let's see what we can figure out what's going on. I got to dig out my media control button here. I always use headphones, so I don't usually have the speakers sorted out here. So before I end up bringing anybody up and on board tonight, just to go and be clear, we're here to have fun. We're here to go and talk. We're here to ask questions and share ideas and stuff like that. So I know that in the Mudmower community, there's some adversarial stuff, but let's keep it to fun tonight, okay? What in the heck are you putting on me?
It's your vampire kingdom.
Great. Yeah. Okay, so apparently I now have bats on my head. I'm going more batty than usual, apparently. Although after the MTD that John and I have been working on for the last 2 weeks, I gotta be batty to keep working on this stupid thing. But that video will be up soon. Actually, 2 videos will be up soon because of our latest 100, well, it's kind of a weird way to word it. We have a $100 lawn tractor hunt video coming up that happened years ago that's now being brought in. Whatever's going on. Hello from Caribou. Okay, so let me see here. All right, let me see. So if we hit add to stream, let's see what we got going on. Okay, yell at me so I can see if you actually work.
Hello?
Oh, there we go. Now I can hear you. Right, so I gotta tune in my speakers here because, literally, I think this is probably the first time I've used my speakers in 6 months.
I think it's been longer.
Hi, there we go. Okay, so we can see you. I don't know if I can rearrange the screens or not or anything. And, yeah, well, we're winging it here. We're doing this whole thing, brand spanking new. And I didn't get the paid for edition. That's why we have the powered by StreamYard whatever logo up in the top right-hand corner. Yep. But whatever. We're going to try this thing. We're going to see how it goes. And maybe once a month go and do this some more.
Yeah.
And, yeah. Let me see if I can turn a bit and get John in here a little. There we go. Hi. So, hey, that's a cool hat. Who's got the cool hat? Are you talking about these stupid batty things, or are you talking about the oh, you got a Ford hat. I wonder if that's what he means. Let's see. We got a bunch of hi Johns. You want to say hi?
Hi.
Let's see. Yes, Rally Man, I'm looking very pale tonight. I am one of the pale face.
Leaking blood.
Yeah, leaking blood. I don't know. I'm whatever got thrown on me 5 minutes before this thing started.
I had an important phone call.
Let's see. William says, hey guys, glad to see John is hanging out with us this afternoon. Yep, John likes joining in on the live streams, joining in to see what's going on. And so, we're here, we're kicking around. Cards and cameras, what are you showing us here? We got a Craftsman 2 80s vintage, it looks like.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how to switch around my camera, but... Oh.
Hey, Rallyman says, where's your suit? Oh, apparently he's going to go figure it out.
This I built about 3 months ago.
Cool.
Let's just say the engine's not happy.
All right, what do you got for an engine?
Just a 12-horse Briggs. Let's just say it burnt through a quart and a half of oil in 4 hours.
Yeah. Briggs tend to do that every once in a while.
I plan on swapping an OHV onto it.
Yep.
And then right now it has an unlocked MST 206, but I have a locked one over here that I just finished up today. I just have to get some oil for it.
Nice, nice.
And then I can put that in. It has a
Yeah.
stupid Harbor Freight winch that doesn't work.
Yeah, you can actually order if you want. You can order for $40 the independent winch controls that are just the yellow controller with the 2 buttons. And that's what I've been converting everything over to at this point.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna get the one like you were talking about in an old video about the ones with the bars, so then that won't happen.
Yep.
And then the winch control got messed up because it was the wireless. So I'm just gonna get a new one off Amazon.
Yep. Yeah, converting over to the button controls has always been a lot better for me. And
Yeah.
and the thing is if you end up screwing up one of those button control things, it's literally like 4 bolts and you have a brand new one back on. There's no half an hour of messing around with 3 dozen wires. It's just 4 bolts and then put your battery terminal back on and you're done.
Yeah, but what I didn't like about this winch is how short the leads are that goes to the winch.
Yep.
So I actually had to bolt 2 together.
Yep. Yeah, the
So-
Harbor Freight winches come with a very short lead.
Yeah, like it's 6 feet on one side and a foot on the other.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Eventually, I'm gonna upgrade to bear claws, but
yeah. Well, don't upgrade to bear claws until you know you have extra transmissions to blow up, because I'll tell you, once you clutch dump a couple of bear claw setups, you'll figure out pretty quick they drive differently if you like transmission surviving.
Yeah.
You know, if you got something rounded over like what you got there, you can clutch dump that all day long. You'll never blow a transmission. But once you got something like ag tires, mud lights, grizzlies, bear claws, anything that's that kind of overly aggressive tire, if you 4th gear clutch dump that, you'll blow your transmission to smithereens every time.
Yeah, plus these tires are not happy because, hold on, where is it? They're dry rotted around all the knobbies.
Fill them with old oil. I'm
Well,
not even joking. I'm being totally serious.
Yeah, they have tubes in them.
Yep.
So
fill them with old oil. The old oil will eat in. It'll end up expanding the old rubber, and it makes a big difference.
Like right there.
Yeah. Ron says, keep training John. Enjoy Halloween, guys. Are you enjoying your mask? What are you right now? Do you want to come up closer to the camera? What are you? What is that? What are you supposed to be right now?
I got my bib.
That's a bib? What are you, a baby? Are you a baby reaper? You're a baby reaper with your baby bib on? Let's see. Oh, we got...
buy baby oil to help get rid of makeup. So
well, we got Cool Bag of Doritos trying to log in here. Let's see if we can pull him up. Let's see. Add to stream. There we go. We got Cool Bag of Doritos, apparently. Well, Cool Bag of Doritos dropped out. Apparently, he didn't have the best signal. Let's see. Check the gas and fill the oil. I had a pickup like that. Got great gas mileage. Oil economy sucked, though. Oh, yeah. If you ever drove... I had an 89 Ford Probe, and I actually ended up owning, I owned 3 of them over the course of about 3 years. And they were Mazda engines with hydraulic lifters. And the hydraulic lifters would jam up, and they would start eating oil big time. So you'd end up pouring in about half of a quart of Marvel Mystery Oil. And the Marvel Mystery Oil would eat the hydraulic lifters back out. They would come back into operation, and you'd be back to running fine, and you'd quit eating oil. But those hydraulic lifters always sucked. You could tell every single time. and the motor would knock when those hydraulic lifters got screwed up. It would make a horrible rapping noise. And will a 13.5 horsepower carb fit an 11 horsepower carb? If it's an overhead valve to overhead valve, will it fit? Yes. The 13 will probably be a little bit wet, for lack of a better term, than the 11 really should have. But the 12.5 overhead valve and the 13.5 use the same exact carburetor. I can't remember what the difference is in the engines, but the carburetor is basically the same. If you put a 13 onto an 11, I'm going to bet it ends up running a little rich. There, that was what I was trying to say, rich. Let me see. Let's see.
Meow.
Meow, what are you? Apparently we got a cat running around. All right, let's see if we can get Cool Bag of Doritos to actually come in here. Don't bop me with your tail. Okay, there we go. Cool Bag of Doritos. Let's see if we can get you on here this time. You ended up dropping out the last time.
Yeah, kick me out.
Well, don't look at me. I didn't kick you. You just dropped off. Carts and cameras.
Yeah, it was the phone.
Oh, okay. But,
Oh, that's cool. Wait.
gee whiz, dude. You got hair that looks like my little dingus here.
Yeah.
Enjoy the bats. Love the bats.
There. See, all you need is some of these bats on a couple of toothpicks, and you could look just like my twin.
Here, you can sit on my lap, okay?
Oh, let me see here.
So. You still add the makeup.
Well, Jesse's gonna sit down. Apparently, we're gonna see if we can do a little bit of makeup on John's face
In a minute.
in a little while. You know, we're just chilling out. You know, I don't know how it is for everybody where you are, but Halloween basically got canceled here in Belfast, Maine. You know, nobody's doing Halloween or trick or treat or anything in our area.
Well, there's trunk or treats, but
Yeah, they're doing a few trunk or treats around the area, but they were daytime only. They don't do any trunk or treats at night around here.
what's trunk or treat?
A trunk or treat is where you have a parking lot and people pull up and they park their cars and they hand out candy out of the back of their car, out of the trunk. That's why it's called trunk or treat.
Oh, instead of going to their homes and knocking.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. Well, apparently we're having internet connection issues kicking around on our end also. Let's see.
Storm up in the air.
Let's see. William says, I guess I should say it really wasn't a truck. It was a Bronco too, but basically a truck. It was a Ford Ranger base, basically Ranger with a permanent camper shell back seat. I love the Broncos. I actually want an original Bronco. I'd love to go and have one of the original Broncos that had like the 351 Windsors in them. That's really what I'd love to have. Big Baby, the plow truck, is basically the pickup truck equivalent of the Bronco that I'd love to have. So someday I'll have one, and then I'll swap the plow rigging off of Big Baby and put it on there. And all right, we're apparently having a bunch of internet connection issues on this side. Hopefully you guys can still see me. See us, I mean. Sorry, I'm used to doing live chats by myself. All right, let's see if we can add somebody else here. Oh, here we go. Hello, new guy.
I'm down at Makerspace, so I gotta have the mask on, and I'm working on a Simplicity with a 8-horse Tecumseh.
Oh, there you go. Yep.
And
Is it a side shaft Tecumseh or is it?
It's a horizontal shaft. It's luckily it's a single shaft, not the dual shaft monstrosity snow blowers.
Mm-hmm. You're in a maker space? Where are you that you actually have a maker space?
It's sort of a member collaborative workspace. I'm in the metal
Yep.
shop right now, so you might hear little echoes.
Nice. Nice. We don't have makerspace type areas up here in Maine. They do a group fix-it share type thing around our area, but it's not a makerspace. It's kind of a, hey, bring in your electric can opener and see if somebody can fix the switch type thing.
I just posted a link in the private chat if you want to take a look at it.
Oh, I don't know how to go and even do that on here.
Private chat.
Oh, look, there's a button that says private chat.
And I saw
Basically,
that.
copy paste.
Oh, cool. Interesting. I didn't know you could do that. See, I'm learning as I go on this. I've never done this StreamYard thing. I figure that, you know, maybe like once a month we could do a StreamYard chat in order to be able to have everybody come in and share some stuff. You know. What are you doing?
She's playing my ear. I'm a cat.
Oh, she's playing with your ear. Great.
I'm Ella multiplied.
You're Ella. Yeah, we have a cat named Ella that's mouthy as could. That's got burps in it. That's mouthy as can be.
Hey, Neil, I got a quick question for you. I've been dealing with this. I've cleaned the car twice.
Yep.
And it'll only run on the primer. And according to this booklet, I had the main jet set at 1.5 and the idle set at 1, and it still wouldn't run.
So I got 2.
What do you think could be?
So it's got a primary and a secondary jet.
Yes.
Okay. So if you're at the situation where you can't even get it to idle, then your idle jet is what you most likely should focus on. I mean, if it'll run on starter fluid, then your idle jet is never clearing to begin with.
I also I ended up buying a new car because I was frustrated with it. When it would run on primer, then die. But every so
Yep.
like once in a while, it would stay running, then it would peter off and die. And that was on the old carburetor. And I'm still
Yep.
putting the new one back on. If you can kind of see, bright and shiny. Bought it off Carburetors Plus. Let's see how it goes.
Yep.
And the jets were set a lot opener than what this says. So I said, let's see. I got a big door over that way, which I gotta take it out. So you might see me log out and log back in.
Yeah, most of the time when they come from factory, they're usually opened up so that they're running rich. Because if you're running rich, you're gonna go and mess up spark plugs and stuff. And they don't care if they mess up your spark plugs, but if you're running lean, then that's when you usually end up with detonation problems that decide to like blow rods and stuff. So they'd rather have them running rich on you and foul out a couple of $2 spark plugs than end up having it run lean with detonation problems.
Of course, I got a 5-horse Tecumseh 1975 where the carburetor goes in this port, the exhaust is on this one.
Yep.
And that it only has 30 pounds of compression. It runs okay.
Yep.
When these are supposed to have like 90.
Yep. Yeah,
So-
they should be running somewhere between 80 to 100, depending on how good the tolerance was.
Of course, that engine's only driving a clothes washer pump and a DC generator, so I don't care that it has garbage for pressure, but this has been a pain in my, literally.
Yep. Hey, I just wanted to say happy Halloween to Jerk of All Trades. He's a YouTuber fellow friend that I work with. You know, hey, Chris, I hope you're doing well, and I hope that you're staying safe, and say hi to your girlfriend and Jack for us, and, you know.
And your mom.
And your mom. Say hi to your mom for us. You know, you're good people, and glad we could help you out with getting some wood the other day. Yeah, see, Jerk of all trades just came in on the chat agreeing with my statement. If you're only running on your primer or you're only running on your choke, then you've got a jet plug that's having issues.
That's why I bought the new carb is.
Yep. Sometimes you're better off to do that. And
And
the
for
other thing,
$40, they can't beat it. Opposed to $102 for OEM carburetor.
Yep.
Jack Small Engines wants $102 for OEM Tecumseh carb. So let's see how Carburetors Plus does.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that doesn't surprise me. That's like if you order from partstree.com, you're guaranteed to get a part that works, but you're guaranteed to pay 4 times as much as any other place.
I'm not doing it with your social.
Oh, Jerk says hi.
Meow.
Meow. I think Jesse talked with Ella, our mouthy cat, too much and ended up inspired.
Meow. No, Pouncer. Pouncer is healthy when I'm napping.
Oh, Pouncer's mouthy. Okay.
What about Spike? It's just a one.
Oh,
Spike doesn't make
one
much
tip
noise.
on these simplicities is I don't know if you can see it, but in order to get to this flywheel housing bolt, you got to take off the chute gears that are right here.
Yeah.
I was hoping to pull this off to check underneath, but that's why I like the Poland Pro behind it. That had a mouse nest literally yay big around full of house insulation.
Yep.
And I'm waiting on the bowl gasket and a Welch plug, which actually I got the carburetor here. Is the bowl was leaking a little bit. I figured I'll just replace it. And there's supposed to be a Welch plug right there, so I have that coming too.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Nice.
And this has a plastic main jet right in there, opposed to this one has a metal.
Yeah, that's part of the reason why I avoid those what are they called? Nicky carbs, Nikkis,
Nikki.
if I remember right.
Nikki, if I remember right. I have a 12.5 horsepower bridge that is going on my crafts. Actually, MTD. I have videos on my channel. And that has a Nicky carburetor on it. The only reason why I want that engine to replace the 11 horsepower flathead is because that Briggs is pressure lubricated. The new one is.
Yeah.
And I'm fitting it in a tractor that wasn't designed to have pressure lubrication engine in it. So I had to buy a remote oil filter adapter for it.
Where'd you end up finding the remote oil adapter filter?
Actually, O'Reilly's here in Duluth. It was let me.
Oh, so you ended up pulling up one of the filter adapters that's for like the Subarus or whatever.
No, this was a. I'm just trying to.
Well, while you're looking up that, Jerk of all trades was posting up a comment, and he's quite right. On the Chinese carbs, if you're dealing with those, they can end up with burrs that are in the jets and stuff from when they're manufactured. And he's quite right. In all of the ones that I've found, about 1 in 6, 1 in 5 will end up having some sort of little manufacturing defect that you have to punch out with a needle. It's really not that uncommon, so always pay attention for that.
Yeah, I pulled the bowl off this one just to make sure, it's clean and it looked fine inside. Actually, it looked a little better than Tecumseh carb.
That doesn't take much.
I just posted it in the stream chat. It's a hidden oil filter remote mount kit.
Interesting. I'll take a look at that later.
Yeah, and I can't use the block adapter because it fouls with the steering rod and also the frame. So I got a 19 horsepower Briggs & Stratton engine, professional series, for yard machines that I picked up from a coworker for literally for free. I just had to buy an engine. He bought that engine for a zero turn, which had the remote filter adapter on it. So literally the tractor, I took that off, put on a normal oil filter, and I'm using that filter, which is probably I forget what brand, zero turn adapter, and I put that right on the block, and all I needed was the oil filter mount. So
hey, whatever works, man. That's part of the name of the game. You know,
and I got to upgrade the charge coil from a 5-3 split system to a 9 amp regulated because I want the lights running off DC because, you know, those charge coils are AC for the lights and I want DC for the lights. So
oh, you mean you don't want them like how Mud Wizard used to be with the flickering lights that everybody used to go and comment on and, you stupid idiot, why don't you fix your lights so that they work correctly? Blah, 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 blah. You know, as long as I revved it up, I had full high beams in the front. I didn't care that the tail lights were flickering. As far as I was concerned, that was safety. If they were flickering, they had your attention.
I also want to add a power port. So I want to go full DC on the lights and have that. So that's the reason I'm switching to a 9 amp regulated.
Yep.
I can use the same switch and use the same lights because switches and lights don't really care if they have AC or DC or not. Of course, with that, I got to spend like $300 just on the engine to put that charge coil system in it and all the other stuff for the, yeah.
That reminds me, I gotta go back and look at another YouTuber's video I saw pop up on my subscriber feed. I subscribe to a Russian channel that's what is it? It's Kurigan 54 or something like that. He's a Russian guy, and he takes Ladas that they have like they have Ladas over there like Mexico has Volkswagen Beetles. And so he takes Ladas and he does all these crazy, you know, what if we did this? What if we made pistons out of wood? What if we did this to it type stuff? And his latest one that he just posted was, what if we hit a Lada starter with 220 house volts? And so I got to go back and I got to go look and see what ended up happening because there's very few like clickbait titles that catch my interest, but that one does.
I think I know who you're talking about. I think it's Garage 66. He's a old dude that does some crazy things with old cars.
He's got like the voiceover Russian guy who does all the voicing. But yeah, he's funny. I love his videos. I like when he buried the diesel underground and then showed that he could come back for months later and it still ran.
Nice. I just saw Jerk of All Trades comment that I probably should pull the jets apart and make sure, but my guess is
since your new carburetor works first.
What was that?
I said, see if your new carburetor works first.
Yeah. I've had this carburetor off like 5 times already, so, and you got to pull the gas off in order to get the intake off, which is the only way you can get the carburetor off. The Comsies are weird, but I don't mind working on them.
With a real carburetor on it and not one of those stupid plastic carburetors that they put on those 13 horsepower Enduros. I've never seen a motor with a more ironic name in its life. Enduro for the motor with no endurance. God, I hate those things.
I like the flathead Tecumsehs a little bit better. I got this one. I got a 5-horse. I got a 10-horse. That are mine. This one, yeah. Seems like all the snowblowers that I work on are all Tecumsehs.
Aaron, you're right. Yes, it's Garage 54 I was thinking of. It is. It's Garage 54.
That
Nice.
sounds
Good
about
call.
right.
Yeah. William says hi.
Hi.
Oh, wait a minute. We're apparently trying to go and do some in-depth here. Honey, move your head.
Good night.
Honey, move your head.
John, don't slide.
Don't make me grab you by your ear and move you. Wait. Roar! Bad putty cat.
There. See?
There we go. Oh, now I gotta go back to work.
No, he was talking to me.
Oh, we got somebody with horns on here.
Orange.
Yep.
Yep. Oh, there we go. We got a Viking hat on.
Nice.
Nice. I like the Viking hat. I love that show, Vikings. That show's awesome. All right, let's see. Carts and Cameras likes to go on Babel. Let's see if we can kick him up here.
We need to finish.
Oh, nope. Carts and Cameras errored out again. But yeah, so John and I have been working on our MTD hell that we've been in the last 2 weeks. I finally got that finished. Well, finished enough in order to go and make you guys a video. I'm not going to go through the boring, hey, look, I made a push button start. Here's my toggle kill switch. Here's where I hook up a wire to my charging circuit again for the 30th time this year. You know, I'm not going to go and do that in every single video. That would get awful boring.
No boring never.
William, they can be if people don't keep them serviced. I flipped the tiller over a couple years ago and had to replace the carb. Of course, I flipped over onto the carb side. I had a weird one the other day that I've never had happen. I have a push mower that so I run it around and I pretty much run over anything and everything with it, which I probably shouldn't do. But anyways, I ended up messing up the blades in underneath and I tipped it over, and when I went to tip it back, the carb apparently stuck the float in the wide open position and dumped the entire gas tank straight into the cylinder. I've never had a lawnmower do that to me before. I've had riding lawnmowers do that if you've tipped them over, but I've never had a push mower do that. So my solution was, if you pick it up and you drop it on all 4 tires about 3 times, apparently that resets the carb.
There you go.
William says, I have a Kohler in my Cub Cadet. Only issue it has is it will surge a bit at anything other than full throttle. It's not bad, but apparently a common Kohler thing. They like to be run wide open, I guess. You know, I've had motors that were like that in the past, that no matter how much I tune them and stuff like that, I find that with flathead 12 horsepower Briggs, the flathead Briggs, I find quite often that they will run like snot. They'll like just barely be happy running, and then you'll put the deck engagement on and it'll run perfect. It'll be happy as can be. And the moment you take the deck engagement back off, they're unhappy again. And it doesn't matter how many times you put a new spark plug in, change your coil out, clean up the carburetor, all of that. It just is what it is. Rally Man, what's the three wires connecting to my gearbox? Well, I'm going to assume your gearbox most likely has a neutral safety switch and a reverse toggle switch, and I'm not sure what the third one would be. But a lot of your overly fancy machines usually will have two. They'll usually have a neutral safety switch, and they'll usually have a reverse safety switch. As far as the third one is concerned, unless you've got some newfangled hydro that's got like an oil temp sensor or a oil shutoff sensor, which I have heard of before, that's about the only reason I can think for you to have a third one. How can I join with my cam? So in the description of the video, you're able to, in the description of the video, you should be able to go and click on the link that's there and use your StreamYard account that you set up in order to join in. What are you doing? Okay. I don't know what that is, but it stinks. Go away. I said go away. It stinks. Leave me alone, woman. Bad putty cat. All right, let's see. All right, let's see if we can get somebody new on. Let me see. So we got Country Stephen with a still hat on.
Hi.
Hey, hey.
I noticed you're in the state of Maine. What's up? How's that up there?
Right now it is about 20 degrees at night, and it's about 55 during the day. So you walk out with all your winter gear on, you work for about an hour, then you strip off a few layers to your fall gear, and then by the time it's about 2 in the afternoon, you're in a t-shirt, and then by about 4, you put your fall gear back on, and then you go back onto your winter gear at about 7.
So it gets dark there about what time?
Usually about 6, and about an hour after that, it plummets to freezing.
Wow. How's your youngest son there like it?
John, you like living in Maine?
Yeah.
Yeah?
But he's probably used to it. He's used to the cold.
Yeah, it just is what it is to us. It's
Well,
just an everyday thing.
I live in Texas, so.
Oh, you live in Texas. So you've never seen a snowflake?
No, very few times. Last time it snowed here, I was like 8.
Yep.
I'm 16 now, so.
Jiminy. Yeah, see, like, everybody talks about global warming and stuff.
Yeah.
But here's my favorite statement to tell anybody is unless you live in a state that actually deals with snow,
Right.
you have no understanding about global warming.
No.
When I was John's age,
Yeah.
you literally didn't buy a Halloween costume unless it fit over your snowsuit.
Wow.
Like up until
Okay.
up until I was like probably about your age, about that like teenage age, it was not uncommon whatsoever for there to be upwards of 6 inches of snow on the ground for Halloween.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know those old Vanguard engines they got, the side shaft?
Yes, yeah.
That go like you see on a pug side by side mule, right?
Yep.
I got one of those running at 8 years old in 4 days.
Nice.
See, I'm not the only one that does. I don't have a YouTube channel, no, but I like talking to people that works on this stuff.
Yep. Yep, exactly.
I have that figured out. You know that guy Mesquite One or whatever his name is?
Muskie. Oh, Muskie One's awesome. He's cool, people.
Yeah, I watched his videos. I watched one of his videos one time. Instead of saying peeing out water, you know what he says, right?
Yep.
You've seen that pressure washer video that he posted?
Yep.
When it was leaking on the bottom?
I don't remember what he said when it was leaking, but I remember it leaking.
He said it. He said it's PS and
Oh,
hot
it's
water.
peeing everywhere. Yep.
Yeah, but you know what he used to sort the he tried passing it with that JB Weld Gorilla stuff.
Oh, did it work?
No, it went
No.
right through the center of the Weld JB Weld stuff.
Nice. You want to show him your new makeup?
Wait, what is he?
Stuffed pressure washers. My dad actually stuffed a pressure washer motor inside a tractor.
I saw that video.
Yeah. Do you like that tractor?
Yes.
Yeah,
Hey,
we
yeah.
got to figure out some sort of way for him to do the clutch.
Hey John, I saw that video. I was watching the whole thing at the same time y'all posted it.
Mhm.
I watched it. Literally, I was like, wow.
Yeah, that worked out way better than I thought it would actually.
How'd the Ford truck go with the go-kart motor in it?
With the gas-powered Power Wheel?
Yeah.
Yeah, we still drive that around all the time. We're gonna haul it in. We've got some upgrades to do to it.
Oh yeah, like bigger motor.
Well, not bigger motor, but let's change up some gear ratios and put a winch on it, give it some plow gear, good old main treatment.
Have you seen that? Have you seen the Redbeard's Garage go-kart channel?
Yes, I've subscribed to Redbeard. I've seen him do some pretty interesting mods.
You ever seen that manual clutch go-kart setup?
Yes, they're discontinued, but the company that bought out the rights to those is talking about in 6 months bringing them back.
The little manual clutch?
Yep.
You know what you can do with that without having to use a rope on a go-kart motor? You can use that to start the vehicle. Yes.
Yeah, push start it like a good old-fashioned standard.
Yeah, the only downfall is you don't have gears in it.
Yep.
So,
I want one of those manual clutches that'll fit on a one-inch shaft. That way
They're
you can
talking
stick
about bringing in a 1-inch shaft one. But the problem with the 1-inch shaft is that they were originally working on one, and the problem is the clutch pack that they tried to design wouldn't take anything past about 15 horsepower.
I would stick one on a 10-horse diesel. That's about it.
Yeah.
oh yeah,
Yeah, I've got a diesel build coming up. I totally have something entirely different than anybody else has ever done.
I saw that video too. When you got the diesel engine fired up.
Yep.
I was watching that video. It's like I saw the video. It's like, wow, Redneck Computer Geek doing something different.
Oh yeah, no, we got a whole new build on that one. What'd you say?
What site is this?
This is through StreamYard.com.
Who is that zombie look in the background behind John? No, behind him.
Wait, what? Who's
Hello,
behind who?
John. Who's behind John back there?
That's Jessie. That's my girlfriend.
Oh, hi. How come I don't see you all? How come in the videos I haven't seen you back there? I've usually seen your husband. What is his name? It's John and you.
Yep, John and Neil.
Your name is what?
This is Jessie.
Oh, your name.
I'm Neil. Neil.
Yeah, Neil. I saw you and John in every video I watch.
Yep.
Including the funny part about the pressure washer when you're trying to snatch it out. I think the chain come loose.
Yep.
But what was you using to pull that out with?
To pull what out with?
That Murray that y'all built the pressure washer motor on.
Oh, we originally hooked onto it with just a piece of rope, and the stupid thing like sheared off in the back hitch because the whole that whole lawn bird, that whole rear end is rusted out, and there was a sharp edge on the inside of it, and just sheared it straight off.
But what was you pulling it with, your off-road Murray?
Oh yeah, no, that's my Craftsman that's my Craftsman Mud Wizard. And if you want to see that, that's over on RCG Racing.
Oh yeah, that's the matter of fact. The first video I watched of you that got me interested was that build, one of the mower builds.
I'm not to the camera.
The first.
Why you don't see me?
Oh well, okay, that's why. The first time I remember the first manual start mower video I watched was from you.
Yeah.
The one where you put a manual start on a mower. On a ride mower? The
Oh,
first-
actually, you're crossing me with another YouTuber. I know
I'll
who
stop.
you're talking about. You're crossing me with somebody else.
Who is it then?
Unfortunately, that happens occasionally.
You do that too?
The reason why you saw me drag that snowblower is because I have one of the wheels at tire place getting the bead seated. So
Yep. All right, let's see here. William, what's your question we got here? Does anyone know if a K46 transaxle would handle small ground engaging type attachments like the box scraper attachment you can get for a lawn tractor? So if you're dealing with K-series transaxles, the smaller the number is, the weaker it is. The bigger the number, the better. So you've got a 36, a 42, 36, 42, 46, and then it goes into 52, 58, I believe, and then jumps to 70, 72 or 71. I can't remember what the number is. So the 70 series has a 1-inch axle. You're never going to break that series. But they also cost about $1,800 brand new. So if you ever find one, they're worth buku.
Hey, Neil?
Yeah.
Do you know those Kohler opposed twin magnums, right?
Well, give me a sec to go and answer William here.
Okay.
So William, with your 46, you're on the lower end of you're on the middle of the lower end of the K series. So take it easy and watch out that you don't end up overheating it. But as long as you're not overly grinding down in, you should be fine. All right, what was your question, Country?
The Kohler series magnums, the 20 opposed twin. Kohler Magnum. Opposed twin.
Here we go.
Okay. The Kohler Magnum opposed twins?
Yes.
Do they make a Kawasaki like that if they make Briggs and Kohler?
Do they make a Kawasaki like that?
I've always wondered that.
Not that I'm aware of.
So it's either between Briggs or Kohler.
As far as Opies are concerned, yeah, you basically got Onins, Briggs, Kohler, and I'm not sure about anything else.
Well, Onins is a mixture of Kohler and Briggs, right? It's just the side shaft horizontal version.
Onin was their own company. They got bought out and they got discontinued.
Who bought them out?
I don't remember.
I don't either, because, like I said, I've only been doing this since I was 5. So, how old is John back there?
John is 8.
Oh, okay. I was wondering because they were talking about saw the video on YouTube when y'all were doing the video on a mower. I was like, wow, he's really talented for that.
Hey, Rally Man, I'm glad I could help you with your wiring thing. So it did end up turning out to be neutral and reverse. That's good. I'm glad.
So,
John, do you have any projects you would like to talk with them about? Or do you have any questions you want to ask?
Yes.
What's your question?
Would you guys like to have us dress up a Furby for every year?
Oh, so John has an idea that he wants, you know, like how you dress up dolls and stuff like that. He's curious whether to come up with dress up ideas for the Furbies, whether you would think that was funny in the background of videos.
that would be kind of cool for a Halloween video.
That'd be cool.
Just Chuck. Hey, John, that would be cool for Chucky. that would make your mom back there and Neil here scary of the video.
I will.
No, it would be your mom back there would go. She'd walk in the room and be like the whole time, like, and you're like, chill, it's just a doll. Get it?
Let's see. Next question up I found here. So Aaron says, snowblower question. What's the best way to improve a snowblower? Do the rubber flaps, tire sidewalls really help? Heavy wet snow clogs up the chute. I'm gonna say something, and you're gonna go and immediately claim that I am full of it. But you're going to try it anyway, so you can send me back a message and say, well, I guess you're not full of it. Okay? Buy Pam cooking spray. Take the entire inside impeller area or steal it from your girlfriend. Steal your girlfriend's Pam spray. Spray the entire impeller assembly with Pam spray right before the snowstorm, and you will never have it clog. Pam cooking spray, I don't know what's in it. I don't know what they change in it. It's canola oil mixed with another ingredient. And there's something Pam adds to it because I've tried pure canola oil and it doesn't work as good. But Pam cooking spray, spray the whole impeller assembly before the snowstorm.
You're a brat. Just don't use the one that has flour.
Is that with the rubber too, or is that with no rubber?
It keeps the snow from being able to grip. So it works on the rubber and on the metal ones.
Okay.
That's the fastest little trick to go and deal with wet snow is Pam cooking spray sprayed on everything in the impeller assembly.
Hey, Neil.
Yes.
You know what you and John should build together? A 2-seated lawnmower with shaft driven.
If I could find a big enough Cub Cadet, I'd think about it.
What's the deal with Cub Cadet versus the Craftsman? You know, what's your opinion?
The size of your wallet?
The prices? Well, what's bigger? What's cheaper these days?
How old
I
are
mean, I'm
He's
only
60.
thinking.
Okay.
So when you're dealing with Cub Cadets are one of those things where it kind of depends on whether you're getting a real actual Cub Cadet or whether you're getting a Cub Cadet that's actually a rebranded MTD.
Oh, okay.
Your 1450s and your 1500s, one is just an MTD, the other one is an MTD GT. It's not until you hit a 2000 that you're actually buying a Cub Cadet. So the joke is it's the size of your wallet because you pay more for it to look like a Cub Cadet paint job than anything until you hit the 2000 series.
Have you dealt with any of those Power More Chinese-made motors on a mower?
Hey, we're going to go and pick up a couple of other people, okay?
Okay.
I've had to deal with one. They're not too bad. You just got to make sure you shut the fuel off or drain the tank. And trying to get a spark plug, you got to get an actual MTD spark plug because I don't think nothing else cross-references to it.
Well, I'm asking,
unless you want to
about it. Hey, I was asking about that because the magneto on those are hard to find.
The magneto on what's hard to find?
The Power More Chinese-made Bridge and Stratton. The 400cc, 420cc.
Yeah. Make sure that it's not listed under Liticon. There's a Chinese knockoff that's been coming onto the market, and it's listed under the name Liticon. Pool and Pros now have them. And the problem is there is no parts market that's been imported into the U.S. yet because they've only been on Pool and Pros and stuff for about a year and a half now.
Oh, yeah. You know those Kohler Pros, the single cylinders, they have the manual fuel pump on the side of the block?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Those are trash. You ask me.
The plastic fuel pumps?
Yeah, they're no, the ones that go inside the block, it has an arm on it.
Yeah, the regular standard ones that work like a good old-fashioned V8 Ford.
Yeah.
You can convert those over to electric fuel pumps. You just have to use a regulator.
Or
it's
got a
cheaper
valve
to
cover.
convert them.
So what do you do to block off that hole?
Cram a bolt in it. Go back on my old videos and look up electric fuel pump lawn tractor. You'll find it.
Oh, yeah.
There's 2 how-to videos on it.
Oh. Well, I mean, because I'm saying there's some. If it's not made with that manual fuel pump and you got to find a way to do it, can you take that? It's inside the block already. The hole is already covered in the inside of it.
Oh, you don't bother taking the pump out. You just block off the 2 ends of the pump so that the oil doesn't have any. So it doesn't have anywhere to go. You just block off the 2 ends of the pump.
No, but not this one.
And then can you put a like you got the manual? Can you convert it to a vacuum off the valve cover if you have the right setup?
Yeah, you could tap your own lead into the block if you wanted to.
Oh,
Not into the block, into the
valve cover.
valve cover. Sorry.
Yeah, because I know the newer V twins these days, the Kohler Courage Pro or whatever that is, Command. All of those 2 cylinders have the vacuum pulse pump.
Yep. All
But-
right, let's go and see if we can switch some people in and get some other questions and stuff. Country, thank you. It's just we're gonna try to get some people. We've got a standing line of about 10 people under you.
All right, well I'm gonna get off here. I'll talk to y'all later
All right, have fun. You're welcome to
All
go
right.
and message me on any of the services.
on YouTube.
If you send me a message through either email with the main Mudmowers account, or you can send me on the Facebook page, you can message through that.
All right, I'm out.
All right, have fun. All right, Hunter, you're up on there if you want, and we've got a young man down here. Looks like somebody named Trevor. There we go.
All right, so how does this work? Do I just ask a question or?
Yeah, it's not the problem with this this StreamYard thing is it's not like Zoom. It doesn't end up muting other people while you're talking. So just ask your question and we'll try not to talk over each other answering.
Oh, so it's like Google Meets.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that's the one I was trying to think of.
You can mute your microphone if you just want to babble by yourself. There's a mute button down there.
Well, what I discovered was that if somebody starts up a snowblower and it makes a really loud noise in the background so that everybody hears it, you can mute them.
It runs under its own power. And it wasn't running off its primer. So
Well, that's good.
Well, good. Awesome. Glad to hear you fixed it.
I just gotta tune in the idle jet, which what do you expect with a Chinese carb?
Not
Yep.
much.
Hi, Hunter, what was your question?
Okay, so I was wondering if you know anything about like wiring in a motor that has a magneto setup into a tractor that used to have points and condenser.
You just ignore the fact it used to go and have points and condenser.
Well, because I know, like for kill, because the points and condenser used to just send power from the ignition. So then to shut it off, you have to ground the coil on a magneto. So do I need to like change the ignition or?
You just put a toggle kill. So so if you've got your magneto, you've got your kill wire coming out of your magneto. And so what you do is you run it with a toggle switch so that when the motor is running, it's an open circuit. When you want to kill the motor, you close the circuit, that grounds the magneto and it can't run.
So you're saying just bypass the ignition and put in like a push button start and have a kill switch?
Yeah, if you've got a push button start setup on a magneto, that's the easiest and the best way to go as far as I'm concerned. And you don't even have to go and use a push button. You can use a momentary switch instead of having to deal with push buttons.
It's just the thing. I mean, I thought about doing push button starts, but like I have neighbors that are little kids and they like to come and like sit on my tractors when I'm not home and stuff.
Yep.
So
in that case, you put a double toggle. You put a hidden under the dash double kill to the coil. So if you've got a coil and you put two wires coming out of it, the coil doesn't care about anything other than whether it is or is not grounded. It doesn't care how many different wires come out of it. As long as one of them is grounded, it will never fire.
Maybe I'll do that instead of figuring out the ignition, because like I mean I wanted to have like a keyed ignition, but I mean that's just a little easier to just put in a toggle switch. I guess.
Are you down south or are you up north?
I'm in Michigan.
You're in Michigan, so you deal with snowblowers.
Yes.
In that case, put a snowblower kill key in.
Ah.
That way, the only way you can run it is to go and have that key punched in.
Never thought of that. That's a good idea.
Well, that's what I get paid for.
Fair.
Are you talking about one of these?
Yes. Yeah, usually they've got 2 electrodes on either side. And so when you put it in, that splits the electrodes. When you pull it out, it puts them together so it won't do anything. Or the other thing that you can do if you have anywhere around you that sells dirt bike equipment, ATV supplies, or jet ski equipment, is you can put in a kill coil connector. What do they call that? Safety. Man, I can't think of what they're called. You clip them onto your shirt when you get onto it. That way, if you fall off, it pulls the safety.
What if you put on a key?
Safety clip.
Yeah, safety clip.
What about
Like on a treadmill.
Yes.
Yeah, like on a treadmill. They sell them at most ATV shops now. They sell them in anywhere that's got that kind of equipment. And they're, well, no, he's trying to get away from the key and go push button. But he wants to be able to make it so that the kids can't start it.
Because I've had issues where they've done that before, so I have to like bring the keys inside and stuff.
Oh yeah, no, I totally can understand that. This one started one at 3.5 years old and managed to go and make it halfway across the lawn. Yeah. Yeah, it's amazing how when you're making how-to videos and the 3.5-year-old is watching you making the how-to video, and then you walk away and the 3-year-old does what you said in the how-to video, it worked. Yeah. I figured it was a good how-to video when the 3.5-year-old figured it out.
Yeah, I guess.
I'm going to jump off and be on the live stream so someone else can come in.
Hey, sounds good. Thank you for joining, and I'm glad you managed to get your machine up and running while we were here.
Very cool.
All right, I've got one more question too about frame repair. So I've got a spot on my frame where I need to cut it out and weld in a piece, but it's like right by the gas tank.
Yep.
Do I need to like remove the gas tank, or can I just like put some kind of drop cloth over it to shield it?
Well, that depends on how many prayers you want to do that day and whether you believe in those deities or not. No, but seriously, if you're going to be welding anywhere near a gas tank, you need to. What are you doing?
Trying up.
You're what?
Don't pick at it.
It's a flap.
Okay.
Yeah, you got flap.
Apparently, I have a flap of dried blood now. If you're going to be welding near a gas tank, especially if it's a metal one, then the real reality is, unless you actually hit this stupid thing, you're probably perfectly fine. But if you're dealing with a plastic gas tank, like say a modern day Ranger or something like that, they do make, and basically it's just overpriced slate tile. You can put slate tile against the gas tank in order to be able to make a buffer. But what I always do is I take and I unbolt the gas tank from its straps, and then I put a ratchet strap and I pull it as far towards the other side of the frame as I can. I mean, you only need a distance of safety of 3 inches, 4 inches or so, and then some sort of spark flash guard.
I mean, that's all I got is like 3 inches between the frame and the tank.
Oh yeah, I've welded up a lot of Ford Ranger tanks. They all rust out in that spot.
It's like right where the frame changes angle, where it goes downward and then it goes to straight.
Yep, that's where they all rust out. But yeah, if you unbolt the gas tank, pull it as far over to the other side as you possibly can, and then put something in order to be able to go and act as just, something to deflect the sparks. then you should be fine. I mean, remember the big thing about gas is this could be filled with gas right now. And as long as I throw a lit match into it really fast, it'll go poof as the match goes through the flame, the vapor area. But the moment it hits the liquid, it's done for and it goes out just the same as if it hit water. You have to have your vapor for you to have an explosion. So really all you're doing is you're stopping from a spark chewing a hole through that plastic to the point that it shoots gas at you.
So I've got a metal tank. So if I have a metal tank, I don't really need to put anything over it or anything.
I'd always go and put something between the two of you just in case. But yeah, that's the real reality of it.
Because I was just worried about like fumes from the gas tank, because like they collect around the gas tank area. I know. I don't know if I could ignite the fumes with sparks from a welder or a grinder.
Only if the top of your gas tank was rusted out to the point you had fumes rolling down through the sides.
Well, not quite that bad, but.
Yep. Do it outside. Do it when you have somebody around to call 911. That's the best advice.
All right. Pretty good advice.
Call 911.
Yeah, or have somebody with you to call 911, whatever it works.
Or just have 911 like on hold.
No, that they don't like that idea.
Yeah.
Have you tried it?
No, I've never tried
There's
it.
other emergencies that are actual emergencies that they could tend to, not just a possibility of a emergency.
Let's see.
All right. Well, I guess that's it for my questions.
All right, no worries. We ended up with a bunch of people dropping out. Let me see. I'm just trying to go down through and see if there's any other questions active here. William so William likes your idea of dressing up Furbies. Yeah, John wanted to see if we could find like sunglasses that fit on the Furbies or something. He thought that would be funny.
No, I thought we could print out skeleton and
Do the
paper.
Oh, he wants to print out like paper cutouts in order to put on the Furbies to dress them or
and
something.
then smack it
paper
on.
dolls.
Yeah, like paper dolls.
And then smack it on. Go that good.
Oh, okay. Maybe you could get really good at making Furby garments.
What's that?
Garment is a piece of clothing.
Hey, I know what you need to do. You need to make like welding gloves for a Furby.
Welding helmet.
Yeah, a little welding helmet. That's a great idea. You need to make a Furby welding helmet.
I made a dragon out of paper. I made a compass out of paper. I think I can, and possibly more than that.
Okay, cool. I'm glad you made a bunch of stuff out of paper. Let's
And
see.
it's in 3D.
Mr. Rallyman, is a bypass possible with the neutral and reverse non-start switch? Yeah, basically all your neutral and reverse non-stop switch is just grounding out the magneto and stuff. So if you figure out whether it's a positive through it or whether it's a negative ground and disconnect it, you should be able to figure out which one it is. The other thing is some modern systems are actually a positive through system. So it will not actually start it and kick over the starter solenoid at all unless it's in neutral. So you need to figure out which one yours is. Your neutral, you need to figure out whether it's got positive going to it or whether it's just a ground to the coil. As far as your reverse is concerned, most of those reverse switches are straight outright grounds to the coil. They don't mess around. They just kill the motor right outright.
Sam Ginger.
I guess.
Yeah, you can go have a ginger ale. That's fine.
That's
Were you
right.
raising your hand for me to ask?
Yeah, like in school.
Teacher, can I have ginger ale? I want one with the burps in it.
He is half of that. I do teach. Sort of.
Yeah, nowadays everybody's a teacher. Oh, here, I got a cool one to show you guys I'm working on for a video.
Oh yeah.
Check out that linear actuator. That's some 500-pound beefcake right there.
Man, the things I could do with that.
Yeah, it's out of a mobility scooter. A buddy of mine gave it to me. He was like, oh, you'll come up with something to do with that. I was like, oh, I already got ideas.
Hey, I actually got an idea
Yeah.
for one of these.
It's rated for 600 pounds. So.
Am I allowed to tell them my idea that came up with that?
Oh, what's your idea for it? What do you think we should do? You got to talk into the microphone.
You guys remember my Ford Raptor Power Wheel?
Yeah, the gas-powered one?
No, not gas powered.
Oh, the non-gas powered Power Wheel?
Yes, we should stuff that in there for the dump bed.
Oh, you want to make it into a dump bed. How about we find you one in order to go and make for a dump bed that's not 600 pounds rated? I think 600 pounds is never going to end up on a Power Wheel.
You could put an any level lift on it.
Yeah. Let me see. Okay, we got some people down here. Let's see. Trevor, you tried to come up once before and ask a question. So let's... Trevor, did you have a question? Or did you just want to see your face on YouTube? Okay, you're going to have to speak up, bud. I can't hear you. All right, well, Trevor's sorting out his speaker thingy. Let me see here. Let's see if there's any other questions over here.
Is that better?
A cat.
I can't quite hear you, so give me just a sec. I'll turn up my speaker, ask your question, and then we'll go from there, okay? All right, I turned up my speaker really loud. Ask your question.
I have 2 questions.
Okay, go for it.
How hard is it to wire up a tractor?
It's not hard at all. Push button starts on a magneto setup are really quick. It literally is a grounding toggle switch and a positive wire to your solenoid in order to trigger it. And if your solenoid is a secondary ground solenoid, you just loop the ground to the bottom of the solenoid. If it only has one entrance into it, then it's just positive going into it. Your diode side of your charging circuit goes directly to the battery side of the starter solenoid. And otherwise than that, that's pretty much about it.
Okay, because I just built a tractor and I'm still waiting to get it wired up.
Yep.
It would make her sick if she looked.
Yep.
Yeah, let's see.
And
I
the
can't.
other one is the
I got it.
tractor you guys built the first main mud mower out of.
Yeah. Okay, I've got a lot of kickback noise. Give me just a sec. Try that again.
The tractor you guys built main mower out of. That
Yep.
one. Worth a deck without a hood. Roughly, how much is that worth?
Oh, you're talking about the LT1000.
Yes.
See, the problem is that kind of stuff around here is really weird compared to what I've seen get priced in other places. So up here in Maine, if it's got a mower, a hood, it drives and it mows, it doesn't matter how ugly it is, it's worth $250. But the moment you take that deck off, you're lucky if you get $50 most of the time around here, even if it runs and drives.
This one has no hood.
It has no hood on it? Yeah, so in that kind of circumstance, you're better off to part a machine out most of the time to get your money than you are to sell the whole machine. So like if you had all 4 tires off and set aside, you could mark them for like $40. You know, a showable running motor for like 100, and then the transmission set aside in order to show that, you know, it works for like $50. you could make like $190 off of a machine that all together would only sell for like 50. There's certain circumstances where you're better to go part out than you are to do whole.
Okay. Those were the only 2 questions I had.
All right. Well, you're fine, dude. I'm glad that I could go and help you and, stay out of trouble. And as far as the push button toggle switch is concerned, if you look on almost all the major mudbower guy channels and stuff, you're going to find there's at least 1 or 2 write-ups. If you're dealing with a single cylinder, there are multiple how-tos on my channel on it. And if you're dealing with OPs and twins, if you check out a YouTuber called Red02, it's I believe it's REDDZ02. Sean's a little boring sometimes, the way he talks, but the dude is right spot on about all of his tech. So if you're not subscribed to him, go check him out and watch through his tech videos. I like the guy, and he's a really cool person, but in his videos, he's a little, yeah, you know what I mean. But yeah, if you see his live talks, he's not that way in person or on his live chats. He just has a video persona that's a little dronish.
Yeah, this one I got it straight out of a scrapyard and I revived it and put a new motor on it.
There you go. Good job. Good job. All right, let's see. I don't know. Okay. So for those of you that are typing in questions and stuff like that, the scrolling chat log for me doesn't come up the way it does on YouTube, and I'm still getting used to it. So I'm sorry that if I miss anybody or whatever, I'm just trying to make it down through. Let's see. Okay, so apparently we're having a long discussion about whether if somebody uses your equipment after bypassing neutral safety switches and slices their ankles off, is it your fault? The answer, unfortunately, depends on the state that you live in, actually, is the answer to that question. That is one thing you do have to be careful of. My state in Maine is one of them where the moment that thing leaves my property, it does not matter what I did to it. It is a no warranty, no clause, whatever purchase state. But if it's my property and I am hiring somebody to do groundwork and I ask them to use a piece of equipment that is not up to par, in that case, if they get hurt, I can get sued. So always pay attention to dealing with that. Tether, that was the term. Yes, the term for that kill switch thing that they put on jet skis and motorbikes, motorbikes and ATVs is called a tether. Thank you very much for ANTRC. I appreciate that. Thank you. Let's see. Holy cow, you guys are blowing up the chat down here. I'm sorry that I haven't caught up. Let me see. I have a skeleton on my Craftsman LT1000 in my front yard. He's mowing the grass. Nice. If I actually had like people that could see my yard, I might actually do that some year. But luckily, I'm in a situation where I don't deal with neighbors, and that makes me happy.
That makes everybody happy.
No, Mr. Rallyman, I am not dyeing my Furbies. Furbies are actually becoming really expensive on eBay. I tried to buy out a few Furbies to add to the group and stuff, and unfortunately, they have gone up severely in price. They're becoming one of those weird 90s collector's item toys.
What's the price right now?
A non-working Furby can go for as much as $50 to $100 sometimes if it's in good condition. Our Furbies aren't in good condition anymore. They've been run over one too many times.
I need to get my baby Furby back.
Let's see. All right, so All right, let me see. So we've got another guy down here that's been waiting. Let's see what we got here. Okay, well, his is errored. Let's see if this one will come up. All right, so Christian, it shows you as... Oh, there we go. Nope. Well, we lost him. Somebody get out the paddles. That one needed a shock. He's gone.
There's one that's been here for a little while.
It's okay. We're fine. Let's see. William says 4-wheel drive lawnmower. I'm trying to build one without a lathe.
My dad actually has a 4-wheel tractor.
A 4-wheel? I think all of my tractors have 4 wheels.
I would hope that. Shit, I forgot. But there's...
Sorry, couldn't help it. Dad jokes.
But tell him about it, Daddy.
I don't have a 4-wheel drive tractor. I have plans for a 4-wheel drive tractor that's different than anybody else has ever done. But I got to go and do some other stuff first.
Like?
I got one of them, but it's a farm tractor.
You got a farm tractor that's full 4x4? Yeah, there's a bunch of Kubotas that show up in my area. They're usually about $2.5 to $3 grand, depending, that are 4-wheel drive. But yours is an old Ford. Is it a hydro over? Is it a hydro over?
No, it's a shuttle shift.
It's a what?
It's a shuttle shift with a loader. So you
Okay, yep.
Well, it's still in first gear.
Yep.
You can shift like you're in forward. You can shift to reverse.
Yep.
Really nice.
Is the front axle, is the 4x4 front axle on it, is it an actual driven front axle, or is it a hydro over?
It's a dry shaft.
Awesome. Cool. Yeah, because they do have a bunch of like Kubotas and stuff that are 4x4. But the ones that I've run into that you see around here, they're usually 4x4 by having a hydro motor driving the front, and the hydro motor is worn out, so it's actually just a 2-wheel drive that's freewheeling a front end.
Hey, Dad, can I show you some?
All right, what do you want to show them? Okay, well, apparently we got to go get something to show people. Let's see. Sorry, what was that?
How's the tractor you put the pressure washer motor out working?
It's working out good. I got to figure out a clutch assembly for the front, and the problem is I got to figure out a clutch that's gonna bring it back far enough that he can hit it, and yet still roll and actuate with the front clutch pedal. Because the problem is that clutch pedal isn't steel. It's casted aluminum. And I don't want to destroy it. And I can't actually get it off because it is rust welded into place, the ends of the actual pivot. So what I got to do is I got to create a roller of some sort on the end of the clutch, so that when he presses the clutch back here, it rolls down across it instead of gouging it.
We put blocks and ratchets strapped them to the clutch on my first tractor.
Yep. John, what was that? Oh, your trophy? Yeah, he's got a random trophy thing.
One of the dudes on RCG Racing gave it to me.
Yeah, one of the guys from doing the drag races and stuff decided to bring him a trophy for being like coolest kid there or something. I don't know. They like John. they like to go and have him run around and sit on the tractors and talk, and they like the fact he runs around drinking cans of Moxie and stuff. So, and he gets to get closer to all the machines than I do, because they let him investigate and look at everything, because he doesn't know what anything is, so he can't come back to me and tell me all their secrets. Not yet. We got to teach him more. We got to teach him how to recognize all the parts, and then that way he can be our spy. He can tell us what all the other racers are doing.
No.
He can be a little spy. He can be the redneck spy kid. What are you doing? Leave that alone.
Well, when you wear a sweatshirt that cool, everyone likes you.
Actually, I'm not a John Deere fan. Neither is my friend Mark that I hang out with quite often. And so we always joke that at least he's got the right sweater to get dirty. That way when he's done, it can go in the trash. Yeah, John says it's comfortable. I'm actually going to have to replace my old Redneck Computer Geek sweater at some point, because it's got welder burns all through the front of it now. The pocket's got plenty of welder holes all punched through it, and I ended up catching I caught the wrist on fire, so all of the thread came out on one side.
Yeah, and when you upgrade that one,
Mhm.
Oh yeah, Daddy.
Jessie says she needs another one too.
Half of what I said.
Well, hold up there, bud. I got to crank my volume to hear you. What was the question?
I ended up wearing a hoodie like this whenever my dad was trying to teach me how to grind. That didn't work out too well.
Yeah. I've lit a few different things on fire while wearing them. Yeah. No, one of my worst fire situations was actually wearing my other pair of insulated pants. I had ended up wearing the inside edge, and the inside edges had frayed, and then on top of that, the inside edge had frayed, and on top of that, I had put it back together with some of these iron-on patches, and apparently the glue that is on the back of these iron-on patches, it burns really good. So when the frayed part caught fire, it caught the patch on fire and tried to glue itself to the side of my leg while flaming and everything else. It was awesome. I ran out of my garage and I dumped my entire foot into a 5-gallon bucket of water and called it good.
You should ran to the pond and hop in the pond.
Yeah, run to the pond and hop in the pond.
He wouldn't have made it.
All right, we've got, let's see if we got somebody coming up that's mic only, I'm guessing.
Hello.
Hey, there we go. Okay, we got a Hot Rod Gavin.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yep, we can hear you.
All right. Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm on my computer right now. It doesn't have a camera, but I was just gonna like go out to my garage, like with my phone, because it has the camera and mic. I was just gonna, make sure you can add me when I go out there.
Yeah, that's fine. Just log in and we'll add you in when you got phone and mic available.
All right.
Yeah, all right. No worries. Easy peasy.
How do I get out of this? Leave studio.
I have no idea. First time doing it. Well, I guess he figured it out. There we go. Let's see. All right, let's see what we got for a question over here. Hot Rod Gavin, my Craftsman. Oh, apparently that must be what he's about to ask. Okay, we'll wait to go and talk about that when he figures out his camera. Let's see. My Craftsman LT1000 is slower than it was from factory with a 1-to-1 gear ratio. If you have a Hydro Craftsman and you put in a 1-to-1 gear ratio, you probably burnt out your hydro pump. I'm actually going to be working on a video to do with that kind of thing pretty soon here. The problem is I got to get all the way ready for winter before I do anything else as far as that's concerned. All right. Do you have any questions for people?
That flesh.
Yes, I know you're obsessed with the fleshy
John,
thing
you
that's in
do
my.
too. It's not hurting anybody. Don't pick it.
Oh no.
Because if you start picking your face, I'm gonna wipe off your face.
All right, let's see. Aiden says, "Have you lowered your lawnmower?" No, I've never lowered my lawnmower. I live in Maine. We have a lot of bumps and roots and all kinds of other stuff. So lowering my lawnmower has never been a priority. Although the next iteration of the bug dragster, I will probably lower down. Mr. William Clark, I don't know why you are blowing up the chat with H's, but I'm currently putting you in a block for 5 minutes, and hopefully when you come back, you can figure out why your keyboard's being stupid. All right, so that puts you in there. Okay.
He just likes H's?
I highly doubt that he just likes H's. I'm going to bet his keyboard is dumb. Let me see here. Okay. Mr. Peter, it says that your device is not connected. I'm sorry, bud. I can't bring you up onto the chat. Let me see here. Okay, are there other questions while we're waiting for the gentleman to figure out his garage situation? William, why were you making the statement, have front tires go to steer? What in the heck else are front tires supposed to do? I'm confused by your statement. I'm pretty sure you're supposed to have front tires steer. Now I'm confused. All right, let me see here. Oh, we got Hot Rod Gavin poiling back here.
Hey, what's going on?
Holy epic beard, Batman.
Yeah, I know. I just haven't been able to go to the place to get my hair cut lately, and I'm freezing right now, so it helps. It's funny,
Dude,
my buddy.
You don't need a haircut. You need all your haircut.
He can. My buddy, he can't grow a beard like just right next to like his mouth. It's kind of funny.
Yep. Well, shave some first and tape it onto him.
Hold on a second. I'm trying to switch that up. There we go.
Hi, so what was your LT1000 question?
You want him to speak up?
Uh-oh, no, he dropped out again. Trevor, I'm sorry. All we can see is hand gestures and your face. I mean, luckily you have a very active face, so we can tell what you're thinking, but we can't hear you. I'm sorry, dude. Every time I turn it up in order to go and hear you, we get blared the next time somebody says anything. You remind me of my old customers when I worked at the computer shop. I don't know, it just doesn't work. Man, I tell you what, I could tell some stories about computer repair. I had this lady come in one time. I totally, straight face. She looks at me and she goes, I don't understand why my laptop stopped working. And I was like, okay, can you explain why you don't understand? Well, I dropped it. That's pretty straightforward on why your laptop stopped working. Well, it worked the other 4 times I dropped it.
That was just the last straw?
Wow, lady. Like, it amazes me. It really did working there. Like, the number of brain cells you could feel just like screaming in agony to talk to some people just was amazing.
Oh, we lost Trevor.
Oh, Trevor dropped out. Okay, let's see whether Hot Rod will come back. Let's see. So Peter is obsessed with the idea we need to go and make a locking differential that works like an electric PTO clutch.
Trevor!
Using a jack shaft. I'm not really sure what you're trying to come up with there, Peter.
All right, I'm back.
Oh, he's back.
Sorry, I tried to change the camera and it messed up on me. This is the type of lawnmower right here. This is the type of lawnmower right here you just got, wasn't it?
That would be a Kohler Series GT6000.
Nope. It's not a Craftsman.
Well, what is it then? Because it looks like a Craftsman shifter on the side, and it's got the right engine mount plate. What is it?
Yeah, oop. Definitely won't work too good. Hello?
Yep, you're fine. We can hear you. So what is it?
All right, it's just not, my internet's not wanting to work too good, I guess. But it's a Yard Pro series. It's made by Husqvarna.
It's a Husqvarna.
Yeah, it's an old brand they had called Yard Pro, but I did some modifications to it because I broke the old hood for it when I bought it.
Yeah, a Yard Pro and a GT6000 are the same exact tractor. They just have a different colored hood.
Yeah, and I've completely fixed the deck up on this one too. I have it over here. Sorry, it's a mess getting through here, but yeah, here's the deck for it right here.
48 inch?
50.
Oh, nice. The big one.
Yeah, I think that was like the biggest one that came out with, but I was using this one to mow grass with, and then I bought this right here for $50.
Which GT is that? Is it GT5?
I'm not 100% sure. This is an old hood. This is the old hood I bought.
Yeah.
It's kind of a bunch of mixed parts, but I'm not too sure what Craftsman it is. This one has the 54-inch 10-gauge steel deck.
On the transmission it, is it a fully built transmission in the rear, or is it a Turf Master? Or I mean, what is it called?
It's one of these that have the pull switch right there. It's not a full transmission.
It's a GT3000 that's been through a little bit of love.
Yeah, I mean,
yep. Cool.
This one's got like, the gas tank here.
Yep. Yep. So basically what happened is Craftsman in around the 2000s, they decided to bring back all of the GT6000 platform, but they ended up putting on a different hood, and they created the GT3000 series after that. So the GT3000 is just a GT6000 made after, I think it's 2006, if I remember right, or 2002, somewhere in there. But basically they brought back everything that's a GT6000. They just put a different body on it. In fact, you can literally take a 6000 body and you can swap it entirely onto that tractor.
Yeah, I know all the parts are compatible. This hood right here,
yep.
Or not the hood, the what do you call it right here? That's off of a Husqvarna I have sitting outside. It was a parts mower I bought for $25, which is a really good deal. And I'm just using this as my main lawnmower because I have like the dash over here for it, but it's a little bit messed up. So I'm going to use my nice one because if you look on this one right here, it's got all these nice stuff on it, and you can see right here. Here's the hour meter, which does work.
Yep, all the gauges and everything.
Yeah, this one's got the nice gauges on it. That's why I like it.
Cool.
But this one has the Command 22 that came off of the other Craftsman. But I forget exactly what I had to do to this one, but there was a guy just mentioning he was having a problem with his ticking and knocking. I just seen that, and I had to do it on this one. It was what pushes the valves up and down. It has a spring inside of it. Yeah, it locked up on
hydraulic lifters.
Lifter. Yeah, it's the lifter that went bad on two of the sides on this one. The other one wasn't too bad yet, but I replaced it with some Command 25 parts. But yeah, this one right here, I also put like a little Harbor Freight power inverter in it, so I can like charge my phone and stuff from that. But you've never seen one of these before.
What is it?
It's oh, what do they call those? Those are those stand on the back little skid steers.
Yep. This one
Yep.
has a Kohler Command 20 on it. This thing right here costed like 10 grand or something back in 2002. That's when my parents bought it. But the flywheel on this one kind of blew up because they let it go too long when the magnets came off, and took like I think we had to pay like $400 for a new flywheel assembly. I put this on it off of I got it from my neighbor, but I don't know. It's metal versus the plastic one. And I keep like bending the plastic like cover that goes on it, so that works good. But yeah, this one right here is just at let's see, 887 hours, and I got a bunch of different attachments for this. It's got a bucket, a little rake. We got a trencher for it. Back over here, there's like a whole trencher assembly. Then there's a little thing that pushes all the stuff back in from what it digs out, and then there's a thing to go under people's walkways with.
You want to try putting Trevor back on?
I bet you could probably get yourself in a lot of trouble with that thing.
What?
With that little itty bitty skid steer running around, I bet you probably could go and get yourself in a bunch of trouble. I'd end up running around being like, hey, I wonder what I can lift with this thing and throw somewhere.
Oh yeah, my neighbor the other day, I was lifting like 500-pound tree stumps, just throwing them down a mountain. It was fun.
Yep.
But
Mark has a skid steer, and when he gets in that, it's like a little kid in a big giant toy, and he like dances it around, and he does all kinds of like little circles with it and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, but I got a bunch of Kohler motors that I've gotten for good prices. Here's one right here that I'm working on fixing at some point. I did a motor swap in this zero turn right here. I put this, it's a 23 horse in that. Let's see, I got one here, one here. I got another motor over here. I'm just about to get ready to go. The cylinder wall in it's all gummed up, but here's this motor.
Oh yeah.
I gotta clean the inside of the motor out. I guess something got burned up in it, but pretty sure I can fix it. That's what came off of this this new lawnmower I just got.
Yep.
But need a little bit of work.
Your garage looks like it needs cleaning.
This is my grandpa's old. Oh, you wouldn't believe.
Oh, I would believe.
It's a disaster in here.
Yep. Yep, I would believe. I've spent the last like month and a half in a purgatory hell of you are going to clean this at least a few hours every single week, no ifs, ands, or buts. Like I literally have gotten to the point I set a timer on my phone, and I am not allowed to leave my garage until I clean for that entire hour, because I just hate it. I hate doing it. And I hate sitting there picking something up going, I've held on to this for 7 years, and I know the moment I throw it on the junk pile, I will need it next week. Like,
yeah.
That's just way
I tried
too
cleaning
relatable.
up, but it just gets it's just so bad in here. I don't know. I've just kind of been letting it go. But I've been getting rid of I've been getting lawnmowers, getting rid of them. So I mean, I got a little bit of space right here for now. But I just got too much stuff, really.
I think we all get moments like that.
You want to bet on a fifth one?
Whoop, he dropped out. Hi.
Yeah.
Yeah. On the last chat that we did, we ended up counting up the number of machines that I had here on property. which luckily is down a little bit now because I've been parting out stuff. But we figured out by the end of the chat that I had 29 machines on the property.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm up to 11 right now, I think.
You're at 11?
Yeah, but I got all kinds of Kohler parts. I don't know. Kohler's just my favorite motors. They're easy to work on, at least from what I've, seen so far of the motors I've worked on.
I don't mind the Kohler V twins. They're fine. It's as long as they don't have that stupid CDI wannabe dumb ignition system.
Yeah, I removed that on that 22 horse that runs. I got it had one on it. That thing, I don't know. Just sometimes it would want to, go up, down, up, down, up, down. It want to be going up, down. After I put a regular system on it, it runs fine now, no problems. But I'll tell you what though, there's a problem with the certain CV730s they made. I think it's this one right here. It's either a 002 or a 1, an 18 or a 19, but they always throw a rod for some reason. It was just bad ones they made with that number.
Is that the 25?
Because it's like all the ones I found. Yeah, this one right here is a 25, and this one right here is also a 25.
Yep. Up here, it's 25 horsepower Craftsman GT 5000s. For some reason, when I find them, they're almost always blown a rod. And
yeah, I'll show you real quick. This is what happened to one of them. This is what happened to the 25 horse Husqvarna I got with the Kohler that was on it. You can kind of see it just like burned up the whole side of it.
Yeah, I got a
melted
flame
it.
job just like the one I just worked on.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking as soon as I seen the video. But yeah, I keep tons of extra parts and stuff in here. I got all my extra stuff like this right here, because these things right here are super expensive. I got a few of these.
Kawasaki one that's like $75.
No, this is the Kohler one that's like 120.
Oh, yep.
It's super expensive. I still have the old one off the tractor too. This is what happened to it right here.
Yeah, that's not quite right.
Yeah, so I had to buy a new one whenever that one broke. Yeah, it's just it stopped charging, and my brother and my dad, they never did figure out what it was until one day, they started it up and it just went boom.
Yep.
Literally, because I was in here when it happened. Yeah, but I got plenty of these Kohler parts and stuff. There's a guy down the road. He's got a Craftsman. I think it's like a GT 5000, but I don't want to sell it. It's the perfect one I need. It's got a Kohler Magnum 18 in it. I'd really like to have one of those.
Yeah, see, the GT 5000 is what I built the bouncer build out of the Jesse drives. And the hydros in those are not actual GT hydros. They're actually just regular lawn tractor hydros. So you got to be careful about the 5000. It literally is nowhere near as rugged as it looks like it is. It's about the equivalent of like putting 35-inch swampers on a Volkswagen Beetle. They're nowhere near what they really ought to be. Let's see. Peter's got a question over here. I have a Toro wheel horse. It has an actual C-channel frame. Are there any other mowers with this type of frame? It seems fairly strong to make a mud mower out of. As far as modern day tractors are concerned, for C-channel frames, you're going to be looking at the Murrays. And if you can't find a Murray in your area, then look for a Scott's tractor that has a Murray frame. So the other thing that you can watch out for, you got a thingy there. If you look for the orange John Deere Scott's tractors that have a Murray front end, those are a C-channel frame also. and you can. That hopefully will help you. The Scott's tractors that are Murray's, those actually oftentimes have extended shifting shaft MST 206s in them, and they have the elongated axle shafts also. What's your question, John?
Whose skull is this?
Whose skull?
Yeah.
I don't think it's anybody's skull. It's crafted based on whatever poor Chinese kid didn't do his job.
This is the Craftsman like you have, isn't it? With the one that's got the gas tank that's coming out the back instead of like the left side.
Yep, that's how the
Probably hard.
6000s are designed.
Yeah,
This
I gotta
one's got
jump
the
off here.
transmission.
Have a good night,
All
Hunter.
right.
See ya.
This one has the transmission. That's the good one. I think you said it was. But it's got the hydraulic side and then the transmission side.
Yep, it's got the split one. Yep.
Yeah, I like this thing. Just gotta get I just gotta see if I can get a motor for it. But I was gonna say, I got that LT or that LT 1000. I was telling you, like it's in my front yard. I'll walk out there and show it to you in a minute. But that thing will do 25 miles an hour down the road.
Nice.
I got it with a 3-inch gear on the back and a 4 on the front. I used to have a 20 horse Kohler on it, then that messed up. Then I put an opposed twin Briggs on it, and that messed up. So I'm hoping to put the 25 or the 22 horse on it. But hey, I had a question. Have you ever known a 22 horse Kohler to have the bigger, like the full size shaft, like a 25?
What?
It had this Kohler has the full size shaft. You know how some of them, like a 14 horse Briggs and Stratton, like it has like the small shaft.
It has a 1-inch shaft. Sorry, somebody kicked in there and I didn't hear. Your question got interrupted twice.
Oh, well, that's okay.
About the crankshaft out the bottom.
Yeah, I was.
Cara de pendejo, valiste. Ponlo.
Okay, well, whatever.
All right, that's
That was weird.
The tape measure around here, do I? No, it's just I've never seen a 22 horse Kohler have like the bigger shaft like the 25s do.
Oh, you mean like the one in a eighth or whatever it is?
Yeah, that's what this one has.
It depends
the
on
23 I have, which is a
It depends on what chassis it was designed for. I have seen both. The 18 and down is almost always 1 inch, but the 22 depends on the chassis and the manufacturer design that they wanted for it. So there's both for the 22, but anything 22 and up is always the bigger shaft. Let's see. Oh, Peter apparently lives in Maine also. Where in Maine do you live, Peter? We're in the Belfast area in Mid-Coast.
I think I turn my phone light on.
Let's see. So, Hot Rod, apparently Mr. Scott wants to know, what is your opinion on a 20 horsepower horizontal Kohler out of a 2000 series Cub Cadet?
Maybe not the best engine because I had a 23 horse. I have a 23 horse in there, and it like I spent like $300 on it for 2 new heads because it had an oil leak somewhere, which I still haven't fixed. But I don't like the ones that they made for the Cub Cadets. Just my opinion on it.
Yeah.
The ones that they put in the Cub Cadets, because the one I have, it only has 400 and like 30 hours on it or something, and it already needs the cylinder like rebored on the one side.
Yep.
I don't know if you. Oh,
No,
can't
we
see a
can't
darn
see
thing.
anything.
Yeah.
Peter, you live in Winthrop? Winthrop's quite a drive from here, I'm pretty sure.
Want to look it up on the other computer?
Yeah, we can look up where Winthrop is later out of curiosity.
Yeah, I don't have any light, but my phone won't let me turn on light for some reason.
Oh, if it's in video mode, a lot of the Androids won't let you.
Oh.
Gone with the Wind. The name of my group that is based off my original machine. Its Maine is in the state. Mud Mower. It's an hour and what? 13 minutes. All right, so you're about an hour and 15-minute drive away from us.
Guess I can't see the skeleton mowing the grass. Shit, I wish I would have got out right before daylight. It's already dark.
Check your phone and see if it turns the light on. He says some of them have that ability.
Wait, what now?
He says apparently some of the new phones, if you shake them, it'll turn the light on while it's in video.
Nope.
No.
I haven't. I have a Samsung Galaxy S10e.
Yeah.
Hello, God.
I see nothing around here. Well, you can kind of see one of the Craftsmans I have right here. There's 5 lawnmowers through here in my garage area.
John,
I have another 2 on the other side. I don't know how. Give me 1 minute. I'm gonna see if I can't find a flashlight. I think I'm just gonna steal my mom's phone real quick and use it for a flashlight.
John just said that a smart person would find a flashlight.
Yeah, I'm working on it. Hold on, give me just 1 minute.
Man, I love that floodlight that came with my skill set. That stupid thing is tiny but lights up anything. And it's got really strong magnets on it. So anytime I go to drive a tractor that doesn't have headlights, I just slam that thing on the hood and it magnetizes, and I have a big giant floodlight for light. Yeah, and then half the time the hood opens when you try to take it back off because of the magnets.
Can you see now?
Oh yeah, there we go. We can see it.
Yeah.
Where's his home?
Yeah, this is the one I did the swap on. Yeah, it just kind of sets out in my front yard. There's no motor in it, but
yep.
Yeah, you can kind of see the wind there. That we had that bad windstorm. I live in South Carolina. Or that like hurricane that just came by and broke his hand off.
That's funny that you live in South Carolina. I actually just had a group from South Carolina get a hold of me and join me on a Facebook group because they apparently drag race lawn tractors the same as the guys up here. And they have similar rules to the guys up here also, when neither group knew about each other previously to me making videos.
My best friend lives in North Carolina.
This is the type of transmission right here that my lawnmower has.
I'm gonna be able to go to his house.
Yeah.
I'm not going to his house. I'm going to my best friend's house.
Looks like a tough torque.
I think it's I don't think it's a tough torque, but here's another one of my Craftsmans. I got this one for $20 with an opposed twin Briggs. That was an old one.
Yeah, it looks like it would have come with an Opie because it's got this square cut cowl.
Yeah. Then here's my $20 Husqvarna that I stole parts off of.
Yep.
Yeah, see a little better.
Gone with the Wind says I have an LT1000 with pumpkins on it for Halloween.
I should do that with mine. My aunt across the street, she's got a bunch of pumpkins on her front porch.
You need to
I
go
don't
and
know.
set up like a bunch of gnomes in front of your skeleton driving lawn tractor like they're running away. No, don't mow me down.
This is one of these.
Jesse says you need zombie gnomes. Yep. What
There's
is
some
the
Murrays like
not the Murray, but the red one you passed before that? Do you have any clue what that was originally?
I don't know if you can have the model number right here if you want it, but it didn't come with a hood, so I'm not sure, but it's
So
a
you're not sure.
Craftsman.
See, I ironically actually have one of those stashed away that I have no idea what it is because the number is scratched off of it and the hood was gone.
Yeah, this one didn't have a hood with it. This one had like a Briggs Intech like 23 something motor on it of like the V
Would it
twin.
happen to have been a 21 single?
No, it was a V twin. I'm sure of that.
Oh, okay, cool.
This is the one that has the foot pedals, and you can 25 OHV twin VTEC right here.
Oh, gee whiz, that was a big one. Cool.
And then this has the speed control on it. It's weird.
Yep.
I don't know if this is where the gas tank was, but it has a gas tank right here, and it's like you can actually move it. So I don't know about that, but
Yeah, the gas tank's in the right place. Husqvarna started doing that with the YTH series. That's why I was curious what yours was labeled, because it's Craftsman Red, but it's set up like a YTH Husqvarna.
I'm pretty sure it's Craftsman, but
Yep. Oh no, I bet it is a Craftsman. I've got one. It's got Craftsman logos on it, but I can't figure out what in the world it originally was.
yeah. I got 3 Murrays right here, then I guess 2 Craftsmans.
McGee. Hi, John.
Hi.
Oh. Well, we can let Trevor come back up so he can do his miming. Trevor is officially Halloweening as a mime. He's the Charlin Chaplin of the chat. The Charlie Chaplin, sorry.
Well, I guess I'm gonna get going. I gotta go get something to eat. It's getting late, but
Yep. We're gonna end up
okay, I'll
logging
see.
out pretty quick here soon anyway, because we need to go and get eating up and find some supper. It's 8 o'clock here, and it's time to go and figure out what to eat.
You should definitely do some more of this stuff, like more often, re-invite people and stuff, though.
Halloween.
Well, Trevor, what was that?
803 around here.
803? Yep. Yeah, we should go and do this like once a month or something. That way people can plan on being able to show different projects. Maybe be able to talk about projects or things they're stuck on or whatever. I get people all the time that wish that they could like live chat like this, but I refuse to give up my personal space on Facebook and stuff like that. Like if I added, I literally almost every day get anywhere from 10 to 15 friend requests a day because of YouTube. If I accepted everybody, my Facebook would just die of overload.
Yeah. Well, hopefully I'll be able to do this again with you guys sometime, but I gotta go.
Cool. Have fun. Eat up.
Yep. See ya.
Bye.
Did I get my microphone fixed?
Oh, all right, Trevor, I cranked you up. What was that?
Did I get my microphone fixed?
No, you didn't get your microphone fixed. That's why you're still miming and you're still
Mime.
Charlie Chaplin.
I'm still doing your mind thing.
You know, I know exactly what the problem is. Your microphone hates you.
What is that thing in
I
my?
almost got fired for that joke when I was working at Walmart. I had a lady that just would not listen to me about needing to plug in her mouse and then plug the USB port in. And finally, I was just like, look, I know exactly what it is. It hates you. She sent in a formal complaint letter and everything to my manager and called and everything. Some people just have no sense of humor.
Wow. It was just a joke.
All right. Well, at this point, I think we're going to go and call it a night. I am
Happy
hungry as can be.
And you can tell us, and you'll yell at us in the comments that it isn't Halloween. Yes.
What? It's Halloween.
No, I mean, like, once you post this, like, the next year later, someone's probably not going to be Halloween.
The label says Halloween chat. They'd have to be dumb not to.
Huh?
Anyways, okay. John's working on the whole reading thing, so he hasn't quite put 2 and 2 together that it says Halloween chat. Okay, anyways. Everybody have fun. Thank you very much for stopping in. Trevor, thank you for your miming. And have a good night.